At a time of heightened diplomatic uncertainty surrounding Iran's nuclear program, a trilateral meeting in Tehran has underscored the deepening coordination between Iran, China, and Russia. On July 22, Iranian officials confirmed that senior diplomats from the three nations gathered to discuss a range of strategic concerns, including renewed threats from Western nations to reinstate comprehensive sanctions. Although direct negotiations between Iran and the United States remain stalled, European nations, specifically the United Kingdom, France, and Germany, are scheduled to engage in talks with Iran beginning July 25. However, leaked diplomatic sources suggest that unless Iran completely halts its uranium enrichment activities, the so-called snapback sanctions mechanism under UN Security Council Resolution 2231 may be triggered. This provision, originally established in 2015, allows for the reimposition of sanctions if Iran is found to be in non-compliance with its nuclear commitments. Iran maintains that it has upheld its obligations and argues that Western powers have failed to honor their end of the agreement. Iranian officials assert that sanctions are being used as political leverage rather than legitimate enforcement tools. Seeking to counterbalance Western pressure, Iran has ramped up diplomatic efforts with China and Russia, receiving reassurances of continued support. Beijing and Moscow have reportedly expressed opposition to the use of coercive measures against Iran, affirming their commitment to a diplomatic resolution. Iranian spokespersons emphasized that the trilateral consultations have been constructive, with all sides agreeing to resist actions that might escalate the situation. Notably, Russia has taken a more proactive stance in recent weeks. President Vladimir Putin met with Ali Larijani, a senior advisor to Iran's supreme leader, reaffirming Moscow's backing. Shortly after, Iran's defense minister, Mohammad Reza Ashtiani, visited Moscow for discussions with Russian counterpart Andrei Belousov, reportedly focused on strengthening bilateral defense cooperation. Observers believe these moves are part of a broader strategy by Russia to prevent Western influence from extending further into the Caucasus, particularly amid its ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Joint military exercises between Russia and Iran in the Caspian Sea region, along with discussions over the possible delivery of advanced air defense systems, suggest growing military collaboration. For Iran, such support could help reinforce its defenses amid concerns over potential strikes on its nuclear infrastructure. Still, analysts caution that international backing alone may not guarantee stability. Iran's future in this complex equation will largely depend on internal cohesion and its ability to navigate both domestic and global pressures. As talks resume in Europe, the coming weeks could prove decisive, not just for Iran's nuclear trajectory, but for the evolving balance of power across Eurasia.